I don't mind visiting. Hey, MP, it's your world. You just live it.
Welcome to Wednesday night's NBA action here on 2K Sports. Tonight, we've got the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Memphis Grizzlies right here at FedEx Forum. This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You look at the Kings. They're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
You know, for the Lakers, they've done a fantastic job of developing team chemistry. Higher on this list than lots of people expected. One of my favorite stories so far.
Here are the 5 for the Lakers. We've got Austin Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Connect. Then there's Jackson Hayes, and it's Doncic in at the point guard position. And for the Grizzlies, manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Jaren Jackson out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Wells in at the 3, the small forward. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this... Unstoppable. Some changes for Memphis. Edey comes in for Clark. And it's Pippen in for Ja Morant. We've got Edey. Jaren Jackson out there with Desmond Bane. And it's Pippen in at the 1. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finding his offense.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Grizzlies great Marc Gasol last season retiring from basketball. He embraced the city of Memphis. He said, quote, "I think a player has to feel that it's their city and they have to fight for it. You play with a different mindset when you do that." To me, winning was the most important thing.
And they did a lot of winning, Allie. And so it's Bane who brings up the ball for Memphis. They trail by 7. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
Dialing it in from range on the road is never easy to do, but they pulled it off and played a great game.
Yeah, great three-point shooting is so often what swings a game these days. When they're rolling from outside, they're tough to beat.
All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, guys, it was all high fives and handshakes in the Lakers draft room when they selected Dalton Connect with the 17th pick. His ability to work off the ball and space the floor is seen as an ideal fit alongside the Lakers' stars, and Coach J.J. Redick is more than familiar on how to capitalize Connect's skill set. The Lakers were shocked that Connect fell to them at 17, but guys, they are more than excited.
No question. All right, Shams, thank you. Now here's Hayes. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Pistons in Detroit.
Yeah, what about his work on the glass? I mean, he was an all-around contributor to a winning effort.
Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Hayes has got 6 points. 1:49 left in the first half. Now Morant. And then Morant with the jam!
Well, this is what the fans want to see. Morant showing off all of his superb athleticism.
Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Vanderbilt. He's scoreless. Doncic passes to D. Beyond the arc. Doncic, count it.
They're unafraid to let it rip from downtown, extending their lead.
Pass to Edey. And here's Bain. Fires for three. Vanderbilt pulls it in.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving it.
Here's Connect. Vanderbilt to pass to Doncic. And the three off target. Grizzlies trail by 11. Outside Morant. Aldama outside. Releases. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Here's Connect. Comes up empty down low. Here's Wells. 5 points in the game. Aldama outside. That's good. Aldama's got his second bucket on the night.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
The clock runs out, and we are headed to halftime. Lakers ahead, leading by 9. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Greetings, everybody. And seeding is obviously an important part of a title run. Shaq, in your 4 championship seasons, your teams were all a 3 seed or higher.
Yeah, I'm the big conductor, Ernie. When I was healthy, we'd always finish near the top of the standings.
Well, unlike Shaq.
And turning our attention to the first half, a positive start for the Lakers.
Obviously, they've been locked in from range. Your confidence grows as each shot goes in. It becomes contagious.
Yeah, in the second half, though, they got to mix it up a little.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the book. Calls timeout.
It may be a player's league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
And so in the game for Los Angeles, they've got Connect. He's out there with Hayes. Austin Reeves out there with Luka Doncic. And it's D in at the 1.
Well, this is Morant at his very best. His teammates need to just continue getting him the ball and letting him do his thing.
Doncic deciding where to go with it. Nice finish from Luka.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And here's Memphis. They're on an 18-5 run. Well, if you went into the lab and created the perfect wing, it might be Desmond Bane, coach.
Well, Brian, this guy's so strong. He can guard bigger guys, and his three-point numbers are crazy. Desmond Bane well over a 40% three-point shooter for his career.
Reeves with a screen on Bane. And here's Doncic outside. Nails it from 3. Doncic has got 24.
Well, that's his 4th triple for the game now. Just his 1st in the second half.
Outside Bane. 1:19 left in the third. Back to Morant. Fantastic finish inside by Morant. We've got 1:08 left in the third quarter. D, the pass to Hayes. Here's Doncic. Clark grabs the board. Clark's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Jackson gets the bucket.
Showing some muscle on that finish. Jackson Jr. doesn't get thrown off balance easily.
Here's Doncic. Luka on the attack.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
It seems like every miss ends up in his hands. He's been unreal.
Yeah, he's been a beast on the glass. A monster night for him.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. D can't get it to go. Here's Wells. He's covered by Reeves. Here's Morant. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Morant's got 15 points here in the second half.
Not only is he putting up the numbers, but he's doing it at a very efficient rate. Exactly when his team needs it.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. The Lakers trail. Santi Aldama out there with Edey. Then it's Desmond Bane, and it's Wells in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's D. No good from outside. The Grizzlies shooting 52% from the floor so far. Pippen, no good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Out to the wing. Here's Goodwin. Cleared away by Wells. Wells has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Pippen. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And when it comes to the Grizzlies, they're a team that's hungry to take that next step.
Yeah, and they've got the core to do it, B.A. You got Morant, Bane, and Jackson. They're all all-star caliber players and still in their mid-20s. So they've got a lot of great chemistry and time to get it right.
And so he makes both from the line. You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success. And anything short of that is a failure.
The Lakers with another miss.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Back to Bane. It's rebounded by Goodwin.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Recently, player health has been the big talking point around the Memphis Grizzlies state.
Yeah, B.A., look, and it's really a shame to have such a talented, dynamic team have to deal with all those constant what-ifs and have their seasons so affected by things outside of their control. It's tough.
Memphis making a switch here. Clark's checked in, and the Lakers also making a switch. Connect's checked in for Goodwin. And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. So we see the Lakers taking the W here. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
Welcome in to the Jalen Murphy Show. I'm your host, Jalen Murphy. I know more about sports than you do.
That's debatable.
Watch your mouth, Russ. We got a great show for you today, starting off with a brand new segment, Trash Talk Do's and Don'ts.
Oh, I'll start. Don't tell people how to trash talk when you were 7th man with a rickety jump shot and the handle of a precocious 4th grader.
Okay. Do keep your mouth shut if you spent most of your career waving towels at the end of the bench.
You know what? You've been selling me short since college, man. How about this? We could have won a championship, but you looked me off to take a double-team 30-footer at the buzzer, buddy.
For the last time, Russell, you weren't open.
I was open.
Guys,
I was open. I was wide open.
Just, if I may, can I just say, wowzers. I'm so looking forward to learning from both of you. And more data is always important, even when it's something as unquantifiable as trash talk.
Shut it, Toby!
Okay.
Let's start the segment. Don't trash talk if you can't back it up. There's nothing worse than writing checks with your mouth that your game can't cash.
That's what I'm saying. Not only does it make you look like a clown, but it demoralizes your teammates.
You'd know all about demoralizing your teammates, wouldn't you, Russ?
Oh, you would like to think so, except that my basketball skills were so superior to yours my entire career that you couldn't even hold a candle to me, Jalen.
Guys, if I may, just to put some perspective on this, there are only 525 athletes in the NBA at any given moment. And FIBA estimates there are 450 million basketball players worldwide.
Wow.
Which means you're in the top 99.9% of players by just being in the NBA alone, which that's a pretty impressive stat, Jalen.
Toby.
Yes?
Enough.
Oh.
You already won the lottery by marrying my sister. There's no need to suck up to Russell like this. It's unseemly.
I'm not sucking up. I want to make sure everyone feels like they have value, and I'm just following the data and seeing where the facts lead. You know what?
Shut it, Toby.
Okay.
Do keep your trash talk about the game. We're all competitors here, but there's no need to bring up family, friends, or physical attributes. In other words, show some class.
Jalen, you literally just brought up my wife.
Yes, Toby, but I did it with class. And besides, this is television, not basketball. Anything goes.
That's what I'm talking about. Good win. Let's keep it going. You ready to give these fans what they paid for? The other team's already worried about stopping you, MP.
Receive a Los Angeles Lakers yellow rally towel. Be sure to come on and Laker fans, we still have some tickets for some of our upcoming home games. Please see the ticket booth if you're interested and getting more information. Just a reminder, folks, to make sure to be here for our figurine giveaway. Come to the game and get a figurine of your favorite mascot. A reminder, fans, we hope you'll come and join us for trading card day. The first 10,000 fans through the arena will receive a trading card pack. Arrive early in the fan zone and get them signed by Laker girls. Laker fans, we hope to see you on opening Thursday. The first 10,000 fans that arrive will receive this memorable giveaway. You can take this miniature glass or summer basketball cap.
Oh, say does that.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And it feels early to be already missing players from the lineup, but how these teams respond will impact the outcome of this game.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. We've got Yabusele. He's out there with Joel Embiid. Maxey out there with George. And it's McCain in at the 2. And for the Lakers, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Connect. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then there's Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the 1. Should be a lot of great ball movement tonight, RJ. These teams love sharing the wealth out there.
And you gotta love it, Kevin. As a player, it's always great to see a team functioning as a unit. Fans love to see everyone get involved.
Go. So Philadelphia will get the first possession. With some changes. Hachimura is checked in for Vanderbilt. And it's D in for Austin Reeves. Philadelphia also making some changes. Edwards, he's checked in for Yabusele. Kelly Oubre comes in for George. And it's Lonnie Walker in for Maxey. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Edwards is out there with Embiid. Then there's Oubre. Then it's Walker. And it's McCain in at the 1. So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles. Oh, that's blocked. Fires away from way outside. And it's D missing. The 76ers trail by 11. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks, guys. The Lakers this summer signing first-time head coach J.J. Redick. He's a veteran of 15 seasons. The sharpshooter's rise in broadcasting had been meteoric. The Lakers really want Redick to be their long-term head coach, but the question, with an aging superstar in LeBron, how much patience will exist in L.A. for Redick learning on the job?
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Here's D. Edwards defending. Pass to McCain. Back to Lowry. Philadelphia moving the ball around. And they double up Embiid. Outside Lowry. 5 to shoot. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Lakers leading by 11. On the wing, Doncic. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Hayes finds Hachimura. Bangs home the trifecta. Hachimura's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Over the last few years, Hachimura has gotten more comfortable in these catch-and-shoot situations.
Here's Lowry. It's tipped, and he recovers it.
A moment to check out Luka Doncic here. Great showing for him last season. And, of course, he's got a nose for the ball. He ranked in the top 10 in steals last season.
And his unmatchable instincts for scoring the basketball. That's what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him, and you can't even really contain him.
And you know, Lowry, the consummate floor general, his leadership on the court and in the locker room really brings this team together and makes them an effective unit.
Vanderbilt's checked in for the Lakers. Austin Reeves comes in for Doncic. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Oubre is checked in. D passes to Reeves. Here's D. The good-looking shot from the wing. D's got the lead up to 14 now for the Lakers.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line.
Got that one up quick. George has got his first bucket in this one.
And got to be confident in that mid-range. And Paul George certainly is.
Pass to Vanderbilt. Here's D. A three ball. Oubre pulls it in. The 76ers trail by 12. George, no good. Los Angeles has gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
And it's the 76ers with the ball after the three-pointer from D. Oubre outside. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Oubre's got 5 points in the quarter.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Maxey. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. 17 points for Tyrese Maxey.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Lakers lead by 10. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And hello, everybody. What an amazing first half performance it's been for the Los Angeles Lakers.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's the sound of the offense. They were absolutely humming.
Kenny, don't ever do that again. Any kind of humming, singing, or harmonizing. You leave that to the real artists, okay? What'd I just say?
And let's move on to the race for Rookie of the Year. A lot of young talent in the league this season.
The young guys are playing well, but it's...
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. He's checked in for the Lakers. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Oubre's checked in for George. Pass to Yabusele. And here's Embiid. Fader on the way. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
That was a disgusting first half he turned in, but it's been night and day for him after the break.
Okay, time for an injury report.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for Philadelphia let me know the stats. He told me it looks likely that it's a strained quad muscle, and you can see from the way that he's limping around that his leg is not well. But he's not letting it slow him down out there, and he's going to give it a shot. Kevin?
Okay, Dave, thanks. Sounds like he won't be out for too long. We've got D. Austin Reeves out there with Connect. Then it's Jackson Hayden. And it's Doncic in at the 2 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, we all know the Lakers have to pound the ball inside. LeBron James says, we have attackers. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're not shooting 40 to 50 threes a game. We don't have the luxury of being that team. Working it into the paint, that's what we're really good at. Kevin, they play to their strengths.
They got a lot of strength. Got to do it. Thanks, D.A. To the wing right side. Here's Connect. 10 points for him. Here's Reeves. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And Maxey is just terrific on the drive. His speed and ability to finish is different in so many ways.
There's 47 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Has to finish Smith. Here's D. He's covered by Maxey. Reeves outside. Here's D. Clock at 6. Back to Reeves. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the 76ers. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Over to the wing. Top of the key, Hachimura. Open jump shot off the mark.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. Back right after this. Quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Richard, we know how hard the game is to play, but I think we also know how hard the game is to officiate.
I agree, Kevin. I think the one thing about basketball is that it's constant movement. There are plays happening all around the referees. It's not like football where every 45 seconds you run another play. In 45 seconds, you could have had a different 5 or 6 possessions. That puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the referees.
On the court for Philadelphia to start the 4th, we've got Kelly Oubre. Edwards is out there with Embiid. Then there's Lowry. And it's Council in at the shooting guard position. Hachimura with a screen on Oubre. Goodwin. Good. Here's Lowry. Edwards with the screen for Lowry. Here's Embiid. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Love the activity from Embiid. Just doing whatever he can to keep plays alive. Getting rewarded for it there.
Connect. He's checked in for Goodwin. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes. Space in the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And they've also played exceptionally well in the paint tonight, taking advantage of their opportunity to work inside.
And that one's good. Deep.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. Pass to Edwards. Out to the right wing. Embiid in the corner. Here's McCain. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
D passes to Hachimura. Here's Finney Smith. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot. But he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Embiid.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And something you see with the Lakers, they really trust their role players.
Yeah, LeBron does a great job of empowering his group. That's why he's top 5 in the league all time in assists. If you earn his trust, he will give. You a ton of
Completely new group for Los Angeles.
There's this thing out.
.135 left in the game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the league limiting players from making public trade demands, which I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot, keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Kleba's checked in. Takes a 3. And count it. 3-pointer good on the shot from D. And the Lakers lead by 20.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Los Angeles.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Austin Reeves.
He was just dropping dimes left and right out there. Any opening that the D provided, he exploited it and found his teammates.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and they put them on the line.
Richard, close to a decade ago, Eric Gordon won the 6th Man of the Year award, and he is still a force off the bench.
Gordon is still a factor from outside. Not as much burst as he had before, but you got to respect his drive. His game has aged very well.
D passes to Goodwin. Here's D. 6 on the shot clock. His 3-pointers off the mark. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They set the pick. Gordon kicks to Yabusele. A 3. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching tonight's game on
You earned that one.